See? Yeah! Bit of shading though. There's no picture on the first channel. Yeah. Oh, there's only half. Happy days. Great. And they're all cool. So me, someone puts a lot of effort in and just gets the same answer to someone like well, mine was really good. Mine's scientific. There was a 6-year-old diagram. 6-year-old's great. Oh, you can well, you can try. Your name is already there. Option 1. This one. Option 2. The transfer. You're the level 1. One touch challenge. You see when this is why I have short hairs and things like that. They're kicking a ball. Instead everyone just wants to make it. Can you explain why is it that
Why? What did you do wrong?
I didn't do like properly. How come you just come together each other properly? Carlos, you had it done?
I literally just explained to you why I can't.
You didn't have it like that?
Yeah.
I thought that you bought some of it.
No, I didn't. I said I've done most of it, but I didn't think I had senior science today, so.
Oh, you had 1 week. Thank you. Mr. Wilson's marking this one, so I don't know what he's going to make of it.
Is he gonna mark us down because we put shading this?
No, he's not going to do the shading. This one is not. This one is not a bite of good. Hold on. I just got to get rid of this.
Which one's it?
These are long. If you don't have it, You keep speaking beforehand. I haven't been away, you know? I don't know what to do. If you're away, find you. So you have to go and come and find me if you're away.
Trying to get them in. Oh, come.
I'm looking at Salinity Falls today. I'm going to watch a little YouTube video on Murray Darling Basin catchment area. Now, if you haven't handed in your assignment, when you hand it in, you've got to fill it with misadventure form, because Lewis is going to demand a misadventure form.
I calm down. What does misadventure mean?
It means the reason why it was handed in late. Oh, you don't see that.
Wait, is this a joke? Is this a stir up? Like someone.
Carlo, I'm talking to you. So, when you hand it into Miss Lewis,
You
have to hand it into the yellow misadventure form to say the reason why it's been handed in late, okay?
You could literally do
If
these
if you're ill on, like, if you're ill today, you need a medical certificate as well. Like, don't know what that happened to you, okay? If it's not happening, just do it right now. Pardon?
It's not as done. Why not do it now?
I didn't feel the same. What? When does it Oh,
I gave you my last one. My last one was. So I don't know what to do to help you.
It's in 11 weeks.
You should not make it easy for me either. You've got your water for living book booklet. Temple up here. Let's play. Now with the water booklet, this is for your
I understand why you guys just like taking more pictures. The chance people will get
Did you then?
We'll look at some solutions today. So I'm going to help with your booklet topic. You can follow mine, but you can't write it, okay? I don't think it's difficult. We got 5 minutes into the movie.
What was it called? What's this? Origins. The thing.
2011.
Toxic.
The Bad.
Have you seen the one?
So your next assessment task in next term in week 3 is practical task, and it's going to be on. Well, we'll finish water by then, so it'll be on the next one. Have you paid for your tax deposit today? Did you find a receipt? Did you get a receipt? Yeah. Can you go down afterwards? And we'll go over that's all like the wrong. No, the front office. Just tell them and that your name and they'll pick you out a receipt on a piece of paper. Yeah. Matthew, did you bring a book?
Which one? You have it.
No?
I always give it to you because I can't fit it in my
I
bag.
left it in your office. Okay, so I'll show you a couple of video.
I think he cares, he's just like warming up.
If you have your booklet, then can you get it out? If you haven't, I'm going to make a table on pollution, and you're going to cut it out, okay? So we're going to watch a little bit on water pollution first. Right, what do I mean by water pollution, everyone? What do you find in the water that classified as water pollution? Give us some examples.
Chemicals.
So added chemicals, stuff like farmland and fertilizer. So this part is looking at water pollution. So we're looking at the sources of water pollution. And you said chemicals from where?
From farmland.
From farmland. And where else do you find chemicals? Space? Chemicals. Where else do you find chemicals? I'm still writing your reports, you know that? It's taking forever.
Yes, our reports were due yesterday.
I know, I finished it. I'm still writing. Please? Nathan, can you turn around, please?
I can go around this. There you go.
No, turn around properly, please. He's writing this down.
What's properly?
Then he's facing this way.
I'm facing this way.
No, your whole body's facing this way, so you can write some stuff down.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so chemicals from farmland. Where else would you obtain like sources of chemicals? Lawrence? Samuel?
What?
Where else would you obtain like pollution from chemicals? Where would you find chemicals?
From a chemical place.
Yes, from like industry, okay? From chemical factory. Or industrial source. Like some place makes detergent or something, okay? So they might release some of the chemicals into the rivers. Like a pharmaceutical company, they'll be manufacturing. So these are all sources of water pollution. Well, what about other pollution? You also have things that are from biological origin. What biological pollution can you think of? Nathan?
Sorry?
What biological pollution can you think of? Like natural pollution that you can think of?
Biological
Yeah.
pollution. Just give me some time to think of it. I'll get back to it in about 30 seconds.
I know, you can't split through. Monica? The only pollution that you can put into the water?
Wait, do you mean like human pollution?
Yeah.
Oh, like rubbish.
Yeah. So, waste.
You said natural pollution.
Yeah, I wanted natural, but you haven't given me a natural one. You give me a human one. Waste and
That's not natural, that is human.
I know. I want a natural one. What natural ones can you think of? What can you put in the water that might pollute it?
Crystalline flask.
Yeah. Algae, yeah. Algae and
Algae.
algae.
When you should see the shit out there between Clay Harley, Stan Clark, so funny.
What, they actually have a fight?
Not really a fight, they're just having a verbal contest.
If you have too much algae, that might cause algal bloom.
Probably about that of a stick.
What about dead fish, like a whale or something? Does that cause pollution?
Not at all.
Yes, it does.
Then it's
So, dead aquatic animals.
just anything, death causes pollution.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
And that's why we have bugs like flies to clean it up. Did you know that?
So dead aquatic life,
Sea lice clean up the
So if you remember a whale,
That's why we have plankton nets. They just feed off the dead.
no, if you have a whale that died off the coast, it has to be removed as it causes pollution of the area.
I know where it is on
Yeah?
Facebook.
If it died out at sea, then it doesn't matter. But if it's
What if it just sinks to the bottom of the ocean?
that's fine. But these are pollution caused to our waterways, okay? So this is waste and rubbish dumped by us.
Oh, I see.
So these are all human sources, okay? So these are all man-made pollution.
Watch out, big angel.
And these ones here, well, these are called toxins.
You're a toxin.
I know. Because I make you work. A substance. This is a poison substance of a biological origin. So toxins equals poisonous. Can you write this down as your
Poisonous dart.
Yeah, fair enough.
My dad does.
Right, so we'll look at some examples now. If you look at the box, you can write it on page 18. We're just going to do page 18 for now. On your So, Julian, do you have your water booklet?
Yeah, I do.
Matthew? Adam? Water booklet. Can you get it out, please? Isabella?
Oh, really?
I don't have a book there. Okay? Do you have your water booklet? Nathan? Ned?
Yeah, have my water.
Can you get it out?
Yeah, of course.
So, Lois? No eating in here, please.
What? I'm not. I actually just said yeah.
No eating. please? Samuel? Marsh, do you have this one?
There was no sarcasm.
Go to page 18. Where it says list 5 sources of pollution, write down this part for the water pollution. For that part. That's on page, the first question on page 18. Right, I'm going to do some pollution now. And you're going to write it down as well. So you're going to make a table, like the one on page 18 if you haven't got one.
Alright, miss, wait, page 18.
18 on your water problem. How come you have no energy? You're supposed to be lively and energetic.
Oh, yes, I already finished page 18.
But we haven't done page 18 though.
Well, someone has.
That's a surprise.
Made me surprised, but it's a shoot. See how it says breathe it? Yeah, that's the durability of
I'm just going to write a word document, okay? So you're going to write pollutant, source and effects. Table, so make yourself a table if you haven't got one.
runoff, miss, isn't that? Wait. Yeah, that's a pollution. Runoff?
Yes, runoff as well from farmland. Yeah, chocolate, put that as well.
May as well just chuck in there.
Sure.
Still gonna hate you.
Yeah, why did you?
They run out.
So you have pollutant. Effects. So write this down. Now I'm going to take your classwork in to give you marks as well.
Okay.
Like classwork is also part of the coursework, so if you don't have it, I have to send you an end morning as well.
Damn.
So
Miss,
I need to take some classwork at some point.
what would be the source of sediment?
Things like soil and soil from the land. Okay, so sediment.
And what does it do?
Well, some soil contains
Fertilizer?
yeah, okay. Sediment, soil from the land. Okay, an effect may contain
May poison environment.
fertilizer. The writing's not big enough. So can you write this bit down?
Miss, your projector's not working.
What do you mean it's not working? Try again then. Right, so sediment, you write soil from the land and it may contain certain fertilizers.
fecal bacteria come from?
So can you write this down? Fecal bacteria. Like, you know, animal feces.
Remember what I said, like producing no, I just assumed Miss,
Yeah?
what's fecal bacteria? What's the source?
Animal manure. Dog or animal manure from the land. What's the next one? Nutrient.
Oh, fecal. Can't be that bad, can it?
Some can. Like if you have cow manure. Let me change the 1936 figure on the screen. So your table should look like this if you haven't got your book. Nutrients, ammonium nitrate and phosphate. This is from fertilizer.
Just don't tell them it's wrong, just say that's wrong. He goes around just saying this will be wrong.
That may contain fertilizer in everything. You want to finish page 18, miss?
You can't have to, even though I haven't finished.
I guess the answer.
Like nutrients. Where we get these from? Ammonium nitrate and phosphate.
That's a wrap.
It comes from farmland.
When you come and watch it, see what the deal is. UFC. Is it a Mayweather versus
So causes excess growth of algae. Have you heard of blue-green toxic, the toxic blue-green algae? This is blue-green. This one is toxic. So this one, some of the algae just stop other plants from growing, but this one is toxic.
I need to go now.
Right. Fecal bacteria from like animal feces.
Fuck up, please. I'm rather
E.g.
death in the pocket.
Dog poo.
Why?
Land.
Why is that tobacco? Let me see. I think it's I don't know.
If you know when you were younger and your parents say when you go out to play in the park, when you come back, wash your hands. Ibrahim Julian, can you write this down, please?
Yeah.
On page 18, I'm going to be checking the books next week, and I'll be sending out letters. Ibrahim, Nathan, I need this filled in.
I'm getting on my phone, so I don't have my book. I filled it in.
Write it down.
I filled it in after where you've said.
Yeah, because I need to put this into Mark, you see.
Yeah, Miss, but can I do it? Can I bring it next period? Like, I write on my phone, I'll get home, I'll write it down, and then.
Julian, can you write it down?
Yeah, I'll do what he did.
Nathan, can you write it down as well?
I have.
Connor? Ned, can you write it down? If you have any more poo on your hand and you sort of like rub your eyes or accidentally ingest it, some of these bacteria might get into your gut, okay? So you might have
What about human? Why would you rub your face against animals?
I don't know, Nathan. I don't know what you do in the bathroom.
How does someone find this out?
Huh?
How does someone find this out?
Look at the two men. Someone, tell me someone has rub.
Did I do this with you? No, I haven't. You know those petri dishes? We can grow some bacteria in them, and we know where the bacteria comes from, so we can test out your poo, grow the bacteria, and it'll be the same bacteria that you got, Nathan. We can grow some of the bacteria out of animals, right? Compare with the bacteria you got, so we know where it's from. So, diarrhea. Diarrhea. Salmonella. Right. Heavy metal. Aging red mercury.
Oh, right. Sure, like, I would have said something like I think that kind of just proves.
Where would lead come from? Lead comes from like batteries.
Not that. No, I've been on Twitter for ages, so I'm just saying that.
Really, I'm trying to ignore yeah, actually, you're right. You're so Oh, look at this. Wait, what's the
Anywhere, we'll just put it on.
Right, so these heavy metals cause brain damage, like mercury causes brain damage.
Why were they not written?
Yes. Why is he going to keep the habit? Why is that? Yeah, I always kind of like it. It's very risky.
Last one, pesticide and herbicide.
Oh, there you go.
So your table should look especially at 9. Where would this cut come from?
Which can you go to animal faces?
Yeah. Where would pesticide and herbicide come from? Where? Thailand, you say?
No, yeah, well that's right.
You put it in Google
Copy
Translate.
that down. Dance to the
But other than that, how accurate that was. She did have a family member that didn't have it.
You spend like $1 million on cakes, chicken. That's the rumor anyway. He like sold his house so many buckets.
Right, so finish it off, okay? Yeah, I have got the top part though. Yeah. I just make it a bit smaller. Make it bigger then.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on to salinity now.
Miss, can you go back to the last one?
Yes.
I've done like the first like 5 minutes. You want to be first? And then let's come in between, but yeah, like the in the beach. So I just want to make sure I'm page 2 today's work. Can you have a lesson tomorrow?
What class have you got now? R.I.P.
The next lesson we have on Friday. Thursday.
So we're going to have Friday?
Can I check your work on Friday then? You should get to page 18. Right, let's look at salinity now. I'm going to show you some things first. Can you bring the class stuff in? Mom, can you bring the plants one in? Can you bring your orders in on Friday? I'll be checking. The water one as well. Page 18 and stuff. You get it done. Right, we're looking at salinity now. Juliet, can you drill in? Nathan?
Yes, miss. Alright. Which one is this, miss?
We are doing salinity.
Oh, yeah. I answered that.
Still on salinity. Right, I can't find the stuff that I was working on because this computer doesn't store the stuff I was working on. So I can get down there. So after you look at the
the one subject that you do worst is that was English and not was.
Right, can you write this down? Can you write this definition down? Even though it's quite small. It says define salinity. Salinity is a concentration of dissolved salt in water or soil, and it's in milligrams per litre. Write this down.
Amazing Dick by Sam. Sounds like me. This guy is taking a year and a half.
That makes no sense. You need know yourself inside out.
Sam, why is he not doing it? Sam, explain my business.
There's something called walking away.
So seawater has salt in it, so it has a high salinity. When we went on the excursion, you measured the salinity with this salinity meter, and you tried the salt water.
I did that.
You did, didn't you? It was like on the grass.
That's right. I was good fun.
Everyone else was down by the water measuring salinity, and you were on the grass.
Having a snooze. I was that tired.
Salinity is the concentration of dissolved salt in water or soil.
It's GG if it doesn't happen.
And it's expressed in concentration and concentration. Okay? So we call it milligrams per litre.
I can't attack him because
See you later.
Sometimes you use electrical conductivity. Okay, so salinity is very important.
Wait, hold on. How much does that get?
This is actually so cool to watch.
Through what? Like kind of big? Yep.
How good one.
Right, this core plant here is
Couldn't they have like attack that?
it's in Mildura in Victoria, so it's part of the Murray Darling.
We learned about plants last night.
No, I'll just show you one tree.
Scrub like me.
We're going to grow some water and then I'll water it with
Like me
seawater.
using his
That's sick.
Okay? So next lesson we're in the lab, we're going to grow some plants and then try it with seawater. See if it works.
Talking to me.
Right. Where's the video? Right, we're going to wash up the video. I can find it again. Right, you listen to this guy, his name is Dave. He's going to give you a brief use of just down.
Can't hear anything is.
Where?
I mean,
It should all just come on.
I see it. I see the problem. Oh, mate. Go down. You gotta click on the sound option.
I have.
Down there.
I have.
Have you?
Sure I have.
Sound one? I don't think so. What? Now just scroll, make it go up.
We built large numbers of farm dams. And in
You don't do it.
To understand the proposed Murray-Darling Basin Plan, it helps to appreciate the recent history that has impacted Australia's iconic basin. In this video, David Driven of the Murray-Darling Basin Authority reveals the history and effect people have had on the basin since European settlement.
This is where we get our water from, right? This is very important for us. So the Murray-Darling River goes down to Victoria as well. So we share it with the Victorians.
Aboriginal people live sustainably in the Australian landscape for thousands of years. And yet in a little over 150 years, European settlers have changed the landscape and have used the natural resources of the basin to levels that are not sustainable. We cleared the forests, we replaced the native grasses with introduced grasses and the cereal crops. We brought in cows, sheep, rabbits and other pest animals. We built large numbers of farm dams, and increasingly we turned to irrigation to make land on floodplains and close to rivers more productive. All of these things have had major impact on the operation of our rivers and the health of our rivers.
Where's Carlo?
Governments built major dams to store water from one year to the next to try to level out the extreme variability of rivers. In the process, we changed many of our rivers from predominantly winter and spring to summer and autumn flowing. As the consumption of water increased, the flow to the sea decreased, resulting in increasing periods of high salinity in the lower lakes in South Australia. To prevent this change, we built barrages to prevent salt water entering the lakes. So, having supposedly guaranteed that the lakes would always be fresh, we then connected Adelaide's water supply to the River Murray, to the point that in periods of drought, up to 90% of Adelaide's water supply is sourced from the Murray. As demand for water for irrigation increased, we built more dams and made the existing dams larger. We also connected the Murrumbidgee and Murray rivers to the Snowy River through the Snowy Mountains hydroelectric scheme, diverting more water west to turn the desert green. The drought of 1967 should have been the wake-up call that something was wrong. Instead, our response was to build another dam. We built Dartmouth in northeast Victoria, the largest storage in the basin, to drought-proof the Murray. We also continued to hand out more water entitlements and encouraged increased use of the entitlements previously handed out. Now, Dartmouth supposedly drought-proofed the Murray, but in 2007, 2008, 2009, we found that it was really only effective for a one-year drought and definitely was unable to sustain irrigation for the second, third and fourth year of extreme dry season. A major salinity study in 1970 indicated the emerging extent of the salinity problem and was one of the drivers for the formation in the late 1980s of the Murray-Darling Basin Commission to take, for a first time, a basin-wide perspective on issues, not just a Murray-centric view. One of the first tasks for the Murray-Darling Basin Commission was to prepare a salinity and drainage strategy. And we've spent the next 20 years implementing that strategy and building particularly solvent interception schemes to prevent saline groundwater from entering the river. And we've done a lot of irrigation and land management reform to also reduce the salinity in the river. In 1981, the Murray Mouth closed, requiring considerable effort combined with a flood to reopen it. Algal blooms, particularly in the Darling in 1992, but more recently across most of the rivers of the basin, are an indication that something's wrong. The long drought of 1996 to 2010 resulted in the basin being a closed system for almost 9 years, 2001 to 2010, with virtually no flow to the sea in that period. The Murray Mouth would have closed again in 2002 without a major intervention program, where 2 dredges worked 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for several years. In the end, 1 dredge continued to be needed to keep the Coorong connected to the sea until major floods arrived in late 2010. Salt was accumulating in the lowlands. The lake swelled to 1.1 metres below sea level, or 1.4 metres below the previous recorded minimum level. The sediments on the exposed lake bed turned acidic, and immediate action was needed to try to protect high conservation areas and minimise acidification. The 1996 decision by governments to cap water use is important. Whilst it stopped the growth in divergence, it was not successful in making sure that our level of use was actually sustainable in the long term. In 2002, the Living Murray First Step decision started the process of recovering water to reconnect the Murray to its floodplain and to the sea. The Living Murray addresses the watering requirements of only some of the most important and iconic wetlands in the Murray. There are still thousands of key wetlands in the basin whose future relies on more water being available specifically for the environment.
It was like a TV actor. She's starting on a TV actor. Maybe you've seen it.
Sometime in my adult life, we went past the point where our use of the basin's water resources ceased to be sustainable. We've eliminated so many of the small floods and pressures that are needed to maintain the health of the floodplain, that those vast areas of floodplain are now in major decline. The basin plan is about setting the balance to achieve a healthy working base. It is about reconnecting the rivers to their floodplains and their wetlands. It's about reconnecting the basin to the sea. After all, everyone who lives in the basin, and many more, depend on it.
The Murray-Darling Basin Authority encourages you to have your say about the basin plan. To do this, go to the website mdba.gov.au for details about the feedback process. We look forward to receiving your thoughts. You can also find more information about the basin plan on our website. Thanks.
Right, so that's all we're going to watch today. A look at history. Next lesson on Friday, we do more salinity. A few things. Thank you. That's very strong water. Can you finish up to page 18 and like what you can do, okay?
If I was to ask you to name the 2 best-known rivers in Australia, one thing that would think of the Darling and the Murray rivers. And in your mind's eye, you picture 2 beautifully flowing rivers through the countryside, a life supply of water that you can always rely on. Well, this is the Darling River. Where I am here is 10 metres below the level when it's full. And this is the Murray Mouth. We've had to resort to dredging a channel in an attempt to restore flow to the ocean. Where I am now would normally be 15 metres of water. There'd be a very deep channel and a current flowing really strongly out to the mouth of the Murray. Now, there's a message to Mother Nature about this. It is, please, don't take our generous old man river for granted. Less than 200 years disaster. And although it's easy to point the finger and lay blame at certain sections of the Murray-Darling community, it's all of us who should shoulder the blame, because as consumers, we buy and use goods that create such a demand for water, and we do it. The Murray-Darling Basin is a huge food-producing area, and without it, the bulk fits in here may not be on the shelf. These are all basin brands. SPC, Sunrise, Defiance, Sunbeam, the list goes on. So this rice line comes from Murrumbidgee water, these cotton cans from Darling water, and this can of pears from Goulburn water. As for the fresh fruit and vegetables you're eating, there's a huge chance they come from Murray-Darling. Yet we don't even think about where they come from or who does what to get them to you. 70% of our continent's water is used in rural Australia, largely because all Australians demand produce. In turn, that drives the irrigation industry, not to mention a countless number of jobs in the cities all over Australia. So if you in the city who feel that they're the finger point towards the country, perhaps you'd like to suggest new sources of water to reduce your consumption first. The Murray-Darling Basin puts an estimated $23 billion into the Australian economy every year. But jobs and flow on make it around $75 billion a year. Bottom line, all Australians are tied to the Murray in tens of